we are back with our Monday Mailbag series. This is the series where y'all ask questions on YouTube, Twitch, Discord, wherever y'all ask questions, and we answer them, man. And we took a week off. Last week the game came out on Monday, so we was prioritizing dropping content on the game. But if y'all do enjoy this series, like, comment, subscribe, and make sure y'all drop any questions down below for next Monday, and we'll answer them. So we had a lot of questions to choose from. A lot of questions, man. A lot of conversations going around Dynasty, the video game. Man, as y'all know, some issues with the game. Is it anything game-breaking? Maybe. You know, it's up for you to decide. Some people will not buy the game until these issues are fixed. But with that being said, let's go ahead and put 10 minutes on the clock and let's get into some of these questions, man. So first question, how does the devs and college football creators miss so many glitches and bugs when it comes to Dynasty? So as y'all know, the creators got to go down there and play the game super early, and then they also got a copy of the game early. And I think some people in the community are disappointed, some fans in the community are disappointed that the creators maybe didn't talk about these issues in Dynasty, issues as far as like, let's look, man, we're at National Signing Day, and so this is the end of the transfer portal, so if players don't sign anywhere at this point, they would disappear. And, looking at the transfer portal, you have a 5-star quarterback, number 2 player in the nation, deciding not to sign anywhere. Why? Because playing time. So he is just going to disappear from college football, and this is probably a 90-plus overall quarterback that could have been a starter somewhere, man. First of all, coming from Nevada, and he wanted to go to a better school, whatever. The reason he even transferred out for playing time makes no sense if he's the starting quarterback at Nevada. I don't know, but you have stuff like this happen in the game, and then also you look at, the 4-stars is so many 4-star transfers that's also just going to disappear because they don't have any scholarship offer. Stuff like that. How does it sneak through? I feel like the creators, I don't want to say give them a break because, their focus is on content, man. When they're down there, I'm sure they're focusing on content, giving y'all information, giving us information on the game. Also, probably not looking for issues, bugs. They're just trying to see, okay, how the game works. Is the game good? Is the game fun, enjoyable? And then also producing content to give to us. So I'm sure they're not focused on, looking for things that's wrong with the game. Now, if they stumble across something, okay, that's one thing, but I don't know if that's their intention. Now, the dev team, I really can't give an excuse to. I don't know what's really going on. Obviously, some people in the comments were saying this should be a 2 to 3 year release. This game should not drop yearly because it leads to issues like this. They made, I wouldn't even say massive change to Dynasty. It was a lot of small changes that equal to a lot, but imagine if they made a bunch of massive changes, how many issues we could potentially have with Dynasty, man. And like I said, I don't know if the game is completely unplayable, but stuff like, this right here where guys are disappearing, good players are disappearing from college football. Also, position changes. Obviously, they wanted to nerf position changes, but like, how do it slip through the cracks where position changes is like absolutely a no-go? You cannot do position changes at all. How do stuff like that slip through the crack? Also, with athletes, like what's the point of an athlete recruit if you can't move their position because skill caps will increase? It's like there's absolutely no excuse for something like that in my head when it comes to the devs, man. Like that is, how do we let that happen? And I think for the devs is like, I don't know if these ideas are fully thought through, and that's what I'm kind of realizing. As the more I'm playing this game, the more I'm testing this game. Because last year, I feel like we didn't have nowhere near this many issues. But last year game, they might have took years to make it. It might have took them 2 years to make that game. Or 3, maybe. Who knows, really. And this year, they only have 1 year to update it. And, like, some of these ideas, I don't know if they was fully thought through. Like, deal breakers. Dynamic deal breakers. Okay, cool idea. But you need someone in that dev room really asking the questions, the tough questions. Okay, dynamic deal breakers, good idea. But how does that look? Okay, should every single player get dynamic deal breakers? Maybe not. Maybe some of these 60, 50 overalls shouldn't get dynamic deal breakers and be transferring out. So really asking them tough questions. Or like, okay, so a guy has a deal breaker, it's dynamic, it goes all the way up. Well, what happens in a situation where no team that he's interested in meets the deal breakers. Like, do that guy should still commit somewhere. And I feel like they probably don't have people asking them tough questions, and leads to this, man. Like, or maybe they're just not testing it enough, man. I don't know how. And that's the thing. We have no idea what goes on to making a video game. We can only say, oh, the game got this many issues. How do you let this happen? We have no idea how time consuming or how difficult it is to, make a video game like this. I assume it's pretty darn difficult. So, and I'm not giving EA a break at all. I'm really not. But stuff like this, I just hope they patch it, man. I hope they patch it sooner rather than later, because it's simple stuff that's really not thought through. Another one is abilities, especially with the wide receiver. I was able to identify a few different archetypes where the abilities they could get for that archetype made zero sense. It's like, how do this guy supposed to get these abilities and he could never upgrade his catching traffic? He could never upgrade this stat. And so he can never get that ability. That ability is useless on him. It's like, okay, yeah, we just slapped this ability on this guy, okay. It's like this stuff wasn't really thought through. And I get it. It's 6 different wide receiver archetypes, 7, whatever. And like every single detail just wasn't fully thought through. And we're figuring that out with, archetypes as I'm doing these breakdowns, also with the transfer portal, like stuff like this. And also with position changes, like wasn't fully thought through. Oh, make position changes more difficult. Just put skill caps on them. Okay, well, nobody asked, well, maybe we shouldn't put skill caps on when you're moving a left tackle over to left guard. Maybe that don't make sense. But nobody probably was asking those questions. So I know we spent a long time on that question, but that's a tough one, man. Like, really no way to really explain that or to give EA any type of excuse. Y'all let me know your thoughts down below on that, man. Let's get into the next question. Is it worth waiting to buy the game until they fix all the issues, or should I just buy it now and make a dynasty? Tough question, tough question. I don't ever want to tell someone how to spin their cheese. If you ask me if this game was worth the money I spent for it, I would say yes. Obviously I'm a content creator, so that's a little bit different. Even if I wasn't a content creator, I still would buy this game and I still would play it because I love college football and I want to play the video game that I enjoy. Do I think this game is better than college football 25? Yes, I would say it's better than 25. Does it have more issues than 25? 100%. But I do think this is a better game, and I think it has the potential to be very good, especially if some of this simple stuff just get patched over the next few weeks. Now, your question is like, should you wait to buy the game? It's up to you. It's up to you. Some people saying they're waiting for it to go on sale. I'm like, that might be Black Friday. That might all the way be until November. If you're willing to wait that long, I know for me personally, when the college football season comes around and I see some of these matchups, see some of these games, I'm more incentivized or I'm more motivated to go play the video game, especially after I see, like, when we're in the season, I want to play the video game even more. So that's a tough question for me to ask or answer. And like I said, I don't ever want to tell someone to spin their cheese. All I can say is I think the game has been worth it. Yes, it's issues. If you want to wait until these issues are resolved, good luck. I have no idea, like, if they're even going to patch some of this stuff, man. Like, last year, they patched some of the big issues, but it was a good amount of stuff that never got fixed last year. The speed rushing linebackers, outside linebackers, completely glitched the whole year, would not develop. They never patched it. So part of me is like, well, maybe they'll never patch position changes because, like, that's a similar issue. Maybe they just don't patch it where your skill caps, won't increase. But now that you know about the issues, and you have some guys that, been saying, well, I got the game, but I just been playing Road to Glory. I'm going to wait until they fix all the dynasty issues, then I'll start my dynasty. Personally, I would say if you really want to wait. But if you're on the borderline, I say go ahead, just start and just avoid these issues. Like, stuff like this you can't avoid where you have players disappearing. That's frustrating, but you can decrease the portal. So just decrease the portal, put the sliders down so less players are entering just to make it a little bit just better. And then also just don't do position changes. It's frustrating, 100%. But if you have the game, I would say just go ahead, make a dynasty, because you might be waiting literally a couple months. Like, we don't know. They haven't announced, they're going to patch it. So we're really just in the dark right now. So I would say make your dynasty. Now, if you want to buy the game or wait, that's up to you. I'm not going to tell you how to spin your cheese. I will not. Let's get into the next question. And this is an interesting question. Why are you complaining so much about the game? it's a video game. It's never going to be perfect. And I get that, my last couple videos have been definitely talking negative about the game or bringing some of these issues to light. And, an issue like this was my latest video I made about pretty much complaining about the game, about how some of these guys just disappear. And this is where this comment is coming from. And that's a video that maybe not need to be made because there's nothing you could do about this other than decrease your portal. And, that is a pretty big deal. So, but the video prior to that where I talked about, position changes, I would say that's 100% necessary video because that's going to help people with their dynasty. If you make position changes, some people had to restart their dynasty because they cooked their whole team. So a video like that, yes, I'm complaining a little bit, but I'm also informing you guys, hey, don't do this. It's going to ruin your dynasty. And then also like with stuff like this one right here with the players disappearing, I'm just letting y'all know like, hey, players disappear, decrease your portal. So yes, it's a combination of complaining and then also like informing you guys. But at the end of the day, like as a creator, my job is like to let you guys know what the issues are and then also bring the issues to light. So maybe EA could one day see some of this stuff and fix it. If nobody talks about it, then it's never going to get fixed. Like EA clearly is not doing enough testing on their own to figure out these issues are in the game. So they need us to test for them and bring the issues to light. And, that's part of what I'm doing here. And I would agree. Like, I have been complaining a little bit on the channel compared to previous. So I will reduce. I definitely realized that. I think I talked about it in the last video. Like, hey, I hate to make this channel complaining about EA because I really do like this video game so far, man. Is it perfect? Hell no. It's not perfect. But I do like it. I do enjoy playing it. But I do want the issues to be fixed. And I do have a standard. I do have a standard for a video game that could be amazing. I know the timer ran out. We have one last question. I just want to get into it super quick. When will Dynasty be patched? And question mark, to be determined. Like, I have no idea, man. I know they usually drop patches on, Fridays and Fridays or Tuesdays. If we get a patch this upcoming week, I will be surprised and I'll also be happy if we got a patch to fix, maybe one of these issues. And my thing is, like, it's so many small issues in the game. We didn't even talk about the recruiting glitch. I believe they fixed the coach glitch where you could get your coach level maxed out. I believe they fixed that. But you also got the recruiting glitch. That one's bad. That one probably needs to be prioritized. But if you're EA, how do you prioritize what glitch you fix or which, thing that's incorrect do you fix? Do you prioritize position changes? Do you prioritize the transfer portal issue right here? Or do you prioritize the recruiting glitch? Or do you prioritize some of this other? Like, it's so many different things wrong. So it's like they might end up just waiting a few weeks and fix it all at once. Like, we don't have no idea how they're gonna go about it. And with just so much stuff being wrong, it'd be one thing if it was like one huge thing wrong and they could prioritize that. It's just a bunch of things that adds up. So I don't know. Maybe one of y'all down below have an idea. But that's all I got. We went a little bit over. Next week will be a little bit better with our 10 minutes. Spend that, actually talk within that 10 minutes and not go over. But if y'all enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Please let me know any questions down below so we can answer them next Monday. Now we out of here.